Almost a decade after endorsing the Alliance for Change and later going on to become a supporter of the Apnu+Afc coalition, businessman Robert Badal wants the coalition to set aside its rivalry with the governing People's Progressive Party in the interest of national development. Badal's comments come months after he formed and led the Change Guyana political party into the March 2020 elections as a political opponent to both the governing and opposition parties. But he believes that with the elections now over and the government installed, that competition for power should now be set aside.
So that election is one time when you compete. After elections, you should put your hands together and support, because the objectives are the same. The personalities are different, but we set out to achieve the same thing. So I would like to see the two main parties come together and work together and move away from the hostile politics that has destroyed this country since elections. You know, we hear about a PPP government and an Apnu government. It's the one government, it's the government of Guyana. And once the government is democratically elected in a free process, a free and credible process, that's the government of Guyana. And Apnu has to respect that.
Badal recognizes the PPP as the democratically elected government through a free and credible process and called on the coalition to respect that too. The Apnu+Afc has filed 2 elections petitions in the High Court challenging the credibility of the March 2, 2020 elections. Those elections removed the coalition from the seat of government, with President Irfaan Ali refusing to engage the Apnu+Afc as opposition, given its insistence that he won the elections by fraudulent means and as a consequence was illegitimately elected. Badal, who had contested the elections as a challenge to failed leadership, believes that it is time to put grievances and competition for power behind. He has put forward recommendations for a long-term development plan for the country.
So I would really like to see the two major parties work together and put their grievances and competition for power behind. Because at the end of the day, the objectives ought to be the same. You see? I would also like to see that what has never happened in this country is a long-term development plan where both parties have an input into, from the leadership of the president, to create a long-term development plan that both parties ascribe to, both parties support, a development plan that's legislated in Parliament, so that whoever gets into government, there's no change in the direction of
The Pegasus Hotel owner said he was engaged by both President Irfaan Ali and Vice President Bar Jagdeo and believes that their outreaches to the small parties are timely. It is in this vein that he believes that the role of small parties have now become crucial to encourage that inclusivity. Kurt Campbell, Newsroom.